Welcome to Braid Anniversary Edition. That's right. They have finally made it and released it. It is basically a remake of the original game with updated graphics and sounds. And it is fucking beautiful. Now at any point I can press my right trigger and switch to the original graphics, which I think is the best way to do a remake of a game like this. Yeah, whereas the upgrades are there, you know, visually and, you know, sound wise. It's nice to be able to actually see those differences instead of just feeling them. And it's amazing, actually. They've done such a fantastic job. Not only is the lighting better and different, there's actually sound for like clouds spawning and fire, and the music's been overhauled a bit. It's actually a lot. Now I will go through the majority of the game here. I'll be switching in and out of it. You can see here is a big one. It zooms in because they've actually zoomed out on some maps. Now the only way to really tell would be to, well, switch, but I do find that interesting that they have decided that there are some levels that needed a little bit more visualizing. Again, not against it whatsoever, because it helps tremendously. I mean, this one especially, it's weird that this was zoomed in. It looks wrong now. Now you will hear that timer going on and off, but try to ignore it. Now I do want to talk about a few things. One thing I really do like is the new graphics, new animations and stuff. I think it's downright beautiful. I think they've done a fantastic job remaking and remastering the game. One thing I will complain about though is the commentary mode. So if you don't know, they added like well over 50 hours of commentary or something crazy. I really like that, and where I can sit there and listen to it for hours and honestly get some really cool in-depth knowledge about the game, graphic design, things like that. My problem comes in the form of the fact that you can't listen to it. As soon as you start listening to it, if you walk away, it stops playing. So you can't just have it playing while you're doing other things. You have to be in the same room, and I think that is really missed opportunity. Because it doesn't help. It makes it kind of awful to try to sit through a lot of the commentary, because unfortunately you're bound to just whatever region you're in, like literally the exact room that you're in. There's nothing to do, so you just kind of sit there twiddling your thumbs listening. And again, I like it, but I really wish it was it would allow me to play the game or something, do anything really, because in its current state you can't do anything. That is one thing I'll definitely complain about, but they succeeded in their mission. They said they wanted to make it one of the most detailed documentaries of how, like, a game's history type thing. And they definitely succeeded. It is definitely one of the most detailed and drawn out ones that I've seen just ever. I personally think they did too much in some cases, because man, oh man, there's a lot to unpack. Now I'd like the higher resolutions as well, but there's a few things that I really have to question. They definitely succeeded in that, and it's just kind of weird. There's just a few things that I feel are almost too detailed. I think it's just more of a distracting issue than it is anything else, which is why they gave you the option to turn it on and off willy-nilly. Now when I first went through this, I didn't know that. Aware that you could just switch it on and off, so I didn't even try it. I didn't get to the new content until I hit the commentary, and that kind of sucked. There is also new content for this game in the form of new levels. Now these new levels are more gimmicky than I would have otherwise expected. They kind of follow suit of like ways to break the game's mechanics, and although I think that's cool, it's definitely a very different style compared to the original game, because you go through these levels and then you go and play those new ones, and it definitely feels different. And again, that's fine, but there's a few in there I kind of wish I remember the names of, because they kind of suck. There's some cool ones, like where you cheat death by just abusing time and the way it works. I like that. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. And I wish they did a few more things like that, instead of how gimmicky some of them end up getting. But overall, pretty much all of the new content is pretty amazing, actually. It doesn't feel too disconnected. It's definitely somewhat disconnected, being as it's just been 15 years. They can't really make everything work, you know? And one thing I'm really happy about is they didn't fix any bugs. If there's a glitch, if there's a way to beat the game in a certain way, they didn't touch anything, which is good, because it should keep the integrity of the game to a maximum, especially with a game like this. They also added shadows. I don't know if you noticed, but like this is the old lighting. It's weird how this is what it looks like, because man, when I played the game, it didn't feel this outdated. But then you turn it on, it's like, wow, it looks just entirely different. And it sounds different too. I like it. A really massive fan of how they've changed the game. Now, one of my favorite things is that they have a gallery that has like all the concept art and stuff, and like little ideas that they've scrapped, and I like how they visualize they'll show like videos and stuff of old things they did. Again, that's stuff I really enjoy. It's all pretty perfect, but like this is one of the most massive changes, I think, and it looks fantastic. They go in depth. You can literally play through the whole game with commentary on, and I think that really adds to it, especially when you actually get through it all and you start realizing some other gimmicks and things like that. I think it's really cool that you can go through the entire game, still be able to listen in. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of the fact that you can't walk around or do anything. Like, you can walk in that level, but as soon as you leave that level, it stops whatever audio you're listening to. So unfortunately, in that aspect, it is a fucking pain in the ass to do anything. But I'm not really complaining. It's one of the more annoying things that I've noticed, and if I'm essentially going to be reviewing the game, I may as well talk about it. One really nice detail is they've added snow on the ground and stuff in certain places. It's just the right amount of visual upgrades. Some levels aren't different enough, in my opinion. Look the exact same, and then some feel like they've overdone it a little bit. You'll notice like the sharpness in the corners here. It all looks very nice, but it is distracting in some aspects. But yeah, there's no like real differences in some of these levels. With a lot of these ones specifically, they kind of just touched it up, and that's fine. I don't think they needed to do much with a lot of them. I'm really glad all they did was really improve, not so much undermask anything. A lot of remakes nowadays kind of do that, and it's sad to see. I love what, just in general, all of the updated things and all the new things. Do I think it's worthy of like a remaster? I honestly do, because I have seen a few complaints of people just saying, oh, the game just doesn't hold up. I don't know why they said that, because like having replayed this game not too long ago and then coming back to it even now, especially with its updated graphics and everything, it holds up extremely well. Like, way better than any indie game I can really put to mind. There's definitely, you know, games that have done better. And it's definitely a little outdated in some aspects, I suppose. Maybe the puzzles are too easy, or maybe it just didn't genuinely have enough content. But truth be told, I don't really know what people mean by that. To be clear, it's only a few people. And like a few, I think 1 or 2 reviews. It's not even that many, but there are still people who feel that way, and I feel that their opinions are, I mean, ever as valid as ours or mine is, you know? Yeah, but truthfully, I don't see the whole, oh, the game doesn't hold up bit, because it holds up very well, from what I can tell. You can see here, they added like this whole inner part of it, and it's one of those things where it doesn't even look like the same game sometimes. It's a big difference, and the music is quite a bit different too. They've kind of extended it and added more instruments and stuff, but kept that original tang. It's very interesting, and it's got like the same motifs and stuff. There's like a pattern you gotta do. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's definitely not my best time ever, but this is probably one of the weirder changes looking at it. Like, man, they added a lot of detail. It's really interesting. Also, the paintings, they updated them quite a bit. They look much sharper, obviously, but they actually, I don't know why, I'm worse at them. Like, I wasn't very good at them to begin with, but for some reason I can't do them as well as I used to be able to. If I switch back, I'm sure I'll have an easier time. Because for whatever reason, I went off of like the pictures and not so much the pieces. And so my memory is a little jarred when I'm not using it. Now I will say this world has some of the biggest changes in graphical elements, as you can see. And I'm all for it. Especially this. That is a massive change. Like, just genuinely some of the better changes are in this specific world, and I don't know why. I always get this one wrong. Is it like there? And then a max jump? It is, okay. A massive difference. Go, 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 go. It's so weird seeing it like this, and then switching. They've added so much more detail and made the world, the final world specifically, feel a lot more endgame, I guess? If that's how you want to put it. I will say, the classic music, in my opinion, is better, but I do like the new version. It's not worse by any means. Like, not that much worse, I mean. It's not, like, unbearable, but it's definitely more ominous, and maybe a little more on the nose. But there's definitely a feel to it. I'm still ultimately fine with it. I really love the new effect on the time stop, though. I mean, man, look at that. It was just a circle before, and now it's, like, warping and pulsing. It's cool. I mean, what the motivation was to, I guess, make the game how they wanted everyone else to see it. I don't know if that would make sense, but basically they changed it because they felt they could do better, maybe. And they clearly have a great passion for this game. I love that, though. Every now and then the music will just come in, especially when you're rewinding time and stuff. That's a good touch. And something I can't say I dislike. Like that. The music comes in, like the motif or whatever that is, and then it fades out. It's really pretty. I do like that level. That little skip there. Yeah, man, I like the statues in the background and stuff. It's just so cool. I don't want to risk that one. But yeah, it's like a completely different look. And yet it feels like this is how it was always meant to be. Solid work. really solid work. Because then you get to this part and it's just like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, no, it fits a lot more with this newer stuff. It's good. They've done a great job. You see, like, even this painting, it's quite a bit different. Even though it's, I think, almost identical in all reality. It doesn't help that I'm not great at puzzles, so. But when I don't recognize the pieces, man, I might even worse at them. So, like, this area, I forgot I was supposed to do that. But I was more distracted with the graphics. See, it's all zoomed in and everything on the original side. And then the updated side is just much more clear. And I like the extra foliage that they've added. It looks significantly better. Now, they didn't touch up the ending too much as they just updated certain visuals and made the brushstrokes kind of go crazy, which I really like that visual. It looks cool. And they've added significantly more animations to, like, her dressing and stuff. I'm gonna go for the star ending without doing stars, so it might take me a minute here. Oh, come on, dude. This is karma, dude. Come on. That was awful. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna be my best time anymore. I spent like 5 minutes on that stupid jump, but whatever. Yeah, you can see not much is really different. Really, it's just visual things here and there, and the paint kind of moving. Did it change the chandelier color? Which is definitely an interesting choice. Just, I guess maybe it just fit the style more. But you notice they added like thunder and stuff. Whereas here it was just quiet. At least here it doesn't feel as ominous. That's how you can make that. Even here it was completely quiet. There's no music. There's just the awe. But in the Anniversary Edition there is actually music, which is very interesting to me. It's much more ethereal with the music. I don't know if I actually like the quiet. I used to think the quiet was really cool. It was like, oh wow, it tells a story, but yeah, it's just not there. It's very cool. They've done a fantastic job. And the fact that you can just toggle like this is perhaps my favorite thing. This is the new secret painting. There's like secret levels inside of these, which is pretty cool. But I do want to show off a few things. This is my favorite area of the new content. It's just so pretty having the animated backgrounds be in the foregrounds. And then also this, which shows the puzzles like updated, what they changed and stuff. I think that's really cool. I noticed like they even gave her a wine glass in this version as opposed to the previous, which is interesting. This one they mostly just updated the bed, like the bedroom, but not really that much. This one they just expanded it, made it wider. This one they made the background more stretched and more out, you know. But then they have the concept art for a lot of things, which I think is really cool. And then they have some more. I really like this. This is the only one where I'm kind of like, you could zoom in for some reason, you know, for some reason. It's very cool. I don't know what else to say.
These doodles.
And yeah, you can sit here and listen to their commentary. It's massive. There's more content. I think there's more about how this game was made and everything behind it and how they felt about each level and stuff than there is content in the actual game. So, you know, do with that what you will. There's a lot.
Where are you chronologically?
It's incredible. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for this experience. I'm very happy with it. This is very cool. I've played this since I was a kid. It feels so wild that I'm playing it 15 years later. I will now show off some of my genuine reactions to the new content when I went through it the first time. Enjoy. Oh, it looks good. Oh, look at that. This video will be uploaded in the highest quality I can get. Already I'm noticing it's much smoother. And there's even like lighting effects on his face. Oh, that's so pretty. What the? Alright, look. I talked about this before, but I played this game as a kid many, many years ago. Oh, it's so clean. That's so pretty. Oh, interesting. I changed the button for it. It used to be the triggers. Okay. I'm all for this, dude. Oh, there's a new animation for So yeah, I'm gonna gush about pretty much all of the new little things that I notice, seeing as I have a plethora of hours in this game. One thing I noticed is that that's definitely slower. Not that it's a bad thing, I just wish that you could change it, you know? New music. Or new sound effects. There's something going on with the time stuff, which is really cool. Oh, that's so... It's almost weird to look at. Wow. They made the green much more potent. And the rain much more active. It looks solid. I like the rain sound effects. I don't know if that was in the original, to be honest, but it's definitely more there. Oh, the bunnies look new. You guys look evil. I love, like, I'm looking at the environment. If you notice, it's... The brushstrokes moving adds a lot. And I did fuck that up quite a bit, but... To be honest, I'm just trying to take it all in. The fire actually lights my feet up and like right before they hit. It's such a nice touch. But yeah, the sounds are very they're much punchier without deriving, I think, too far from what the original. It's very interesting. It's a very different feeling, especially having 90 plus hours in this fucking game. But I don't know. Ultimately, it doesn't hinder how it feels at all, which I think is the main thing you don't want happening, you know? Wow, look at that. Different sounds for the flags too. Sounds about the same too. I vibe with that. Let's complete the puzzle. That's slightly different, but I think it's just because it's higher quality. I'm not gonna do the super jump or anything like that, just because, for the sake of my eardrums mostly. There's like snow on the ground. Yeah, I'm, oh man. Okay, that was weird. This is just so pretty. I'm having a hard time speaking just because it's not too different from the actual game itself, but it just, there's so many little things I'm looking at that to someone who hasn't played the game probably doesn't look all that different, but it's there. There's little bits of love everywhere. Yeah, the new sounds are... I like them. They're definitely a little different than I think I expected, but they're not, like I said, they're not worse. And that's really what you want to just strive for, is just not making your game worse by remastering it. I like the leaves falling. That's a nice touch. I think they were there before, but they're much... That took me way longer than it needed to. I love all the vines and stuff. God, it's so cool. Still one of my favorites. The further I go into this, the more ominous the game actually feels. Like music, the environment, which, again, was there in the first game, but was something I feel like you had to actively look for. Does that make sense? Here it feels very potent, very intentional, and very much more in your face than it was in the original, which is great because I think that's how it should have been. It's just interesting that I get that feeling here and not the other way around. I'm so used to getting it the other way around. I wonder if it'll still have like the speedrun mode and stuff like that. I do remember them talking about new content. I don't know if they really have new content or if it's mostly just a commentary. The commentary mode is supposed to be very in-depth. So if that's the case, I'm cool with that. Oh! They really upgraded this. They upgraded the fuck out of that visual. There we are. That's probably... this is some of the hardest skips in the game. I'm glad to see that they're still possible, but they feel better. Oh my god, that looks so good. I like the little added touches to the... to the time slowdown, but the little like jumping on their head animation, like everything is just touched to perfection. Now, this is some of the slowest levels in the game, but also some of the coolest speedruns, so I'm not gonna go for the speedruns just because, again, they're probably gonna eat up a bunch of my time. I will go for this little skip here. Nice! I don't usually get that. There is a star in that room, but we're not going to bother with it. It's this room that has the star in it, but this one also has a star, but it's needlessly complicated. Really? Okay, game, you're taking the piss now. Oh, that's interesting. The little goo like followed me. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even notice that. I actually got that. I really have no words to like really talk about or anything. What an intricate way to telegraph things. I do believe that was in the original. Solve World 6, yeah. I've solved all the worlds. I've gotten a few of the stars. Let's go to World 1. I will get the normal ending here, but... no, I won't. I won't get the fucking normal ending. Oh man, okay. Ah. I actually did it, but it's different. It's the hitbox is like slightly fucked up, and I've soft locked now. But it is possible still. So there you go. Now I'll do it normally, just because, you know, there's no point. But I just wanted to prove that that was possible. Just for a clarification on how like difficult that is, or how precise you need to be, I'm gonna run through this normally without hitting any of like those extra boosts or anything. And try to be like decently perfect at least. But without hitting any of those like major corner boosts or anything, you're gonna notice you have to wait for an extra fireball here. Like you can't get under that fast enough. And just because you can't hit that fireball, it stops you from getting any extra speed. You have to catch that Goomba. So, like, yeah, it's finicky. Now, if you get all the stars, it's not that hard. The problem is, getting all the stars takes hours. It's interesting that there's a broken piece of chandelier here and over here. So you're the stalker. Now, this is new. I'm moving backwards. Interesting. I don't know if that was a bug or not, but I really hope it wasn't. It's cool. I will say, it going backwards is still a little goofy, but I still love that. I like that you can't speed it up or go forward. Man, those brush strokes look good. This game really, it holds this very special place in my heart, so seeing anything new for it, the fact that this is here in my hands today is just, do I think it was better than the original? I mean, no, it's the same game as the original, which is interesting because I thought there was something other than commentary. But you'll notice speedruns here are the same as they were before. 45 minutes, 130, all that fun stuff. And the commentary allows you to go through the game in the commentary. And I think that's it. So it is the original game, and the commentary will definitely be, I think, very interesting to go through again. Welcome to commentary mode. There's a large amount of developer commentary in this edition of the game. This world helps organize the community. Attack may also find a few surprises. Warning, if you have not played and finished Braid, turn back. This commentary will spoil the game, and lack of game experience will make commentary unrelatable. Please finish the game before proceeding.
You can stop commentary at any time by reactivating this commentary node, or did this automatically to full screen to see things better. When you do that, the game is paused. You can shrink the recording again to resume your own gameplay.
Oh, no wonder I noticed such a difference. Oh man. I really love, like, this is how it used to look. I remember this just not feeling right, but oh man, that's beautiful. I gotta say, they did a really good job not making it look so much worse, but I like the new sounds. It adds a lot. See what I was talking about with the green though? I mean, that is just so much more vibrant and harsh, and I like it. Look how quickly he turns, but there's actually animations for him turning. Yet the gameplay itself is not affected.
Killing me and trying to kill me, and so I rewind a little bit, so I'm alive again, and I get over there, and darn it, the platform is... So then there's this underground puzzle. Mm-hmm. So here we have rewinding key.
What is this? Extreme security. Huh. So these are goofy levels. Okay. I can fuck with goofy levels. I think I actually get it. So let me get this straight. You want me to be on top of that? Nice. That's an interesting puzzle. Such a weird level, but... Did I just fuck myself? How did I do this? Oh, like that. Right. Because we saved that key, because we need that key. Which is not even a fucking door over here. What am I doing? I could have just checked that. What an interesting new puzzle, though. What a weird way to get to it. It's definitely one of the most detailed commentaries. You can already see that being the case. I really genuinely want... Wow, there's a lot. Holy shit. I'm gonna be here a minute.
So if I may mine the answer to my question, out of that answer,
I don't know what else to
which
say
is
about this,
still an
man.
answer to a different question.
I
I
don't
think
get
you
it.
did answer the question.
Oh, is the whole point not to get Goombas in there? I think that might be my whole. Oh shit, I also have that. Interesting. Not nearly enough time, okay. Interesting. All that for one piece, that's crazy. God, what a fascinating puzzle. These puzzles are very, very different from what I ever would have expected. But I get it. They're not meant to be part of the game in the sense of the other ones. They're meant to be goofy, they're meant to be different, they're meant to be weird, and they're meant to make you think outside of the box, you know? I do respect that. It's a weird level.
This level is new for the Anniversary Edition. Toward the end, as we were tightening things up, I went back and revised this level in a small but nice way that seems fun. Yes, the player could go to the menu and exit the level that way, but this is bad form, especially when adding a level to Braid, which never trapped you like this. The tiny gap on the left is there just so that the monster turns around and doesn't leave the tunnel. That tunnel is just tall enough to walk in, but not jump, because if you could jump, then you could kill the monster in there.
Huh.
Since I couldn't make the gap on the left wider, I added the gap on the right, which has to be inside the vault door so that you can get out if you rewind the door shut. But I hated doing this, and adding a gap makes it seem less like an enclosed space. I tried a few alternatives back then and just couldn't figure anything out. So I gave up and called it finished with the gap there on the right. I am much happier with this revised level, not only because it better emphasizes the closedness of the room, but because it removes an annoying asymmetry that the player might trip over. It would have been one improvement just to replace this hole where it was with the drop-down ladder. But it's two improvements to also then combine that ladder with the monster gap on the left. But iterated improvements of this kind are often the difference between an okay game and a really good game.
I think I'll probably end up spending a lot of time listening to the commentary just because I find it interesting, but I don't like how I can't do anything when I'm just kind of sitting there. Also, what the fuck is this puzzle? I want to get this final puzzle finished, but I may not have time. Oh! Just barely, dude. The middle. Okay. That's so satisfying. Okay.
I'm looking at the original screenshot of the first screen of Braid that John put together. I'm looking for the words because I can see all the elements that I adapted. I mean, we already have Tim in silhouette in front of a sunset. What may not be clear here is the sky is...
There's so much. Oh my god. That was one of the more interesting puzzles I've ever had of you. And honestly, I don't really understand that one at all, but Jesus Christ. I think y'all get the point. I found where at least one of the pieces are. There's probably two more I've missed elsewhere. You get the point. It's the new promotional art that they did. This is really cool. I really do love Braid. I'm really, really happy that so much more of it is actually here, and there's goofy, very challenging puzzles, as well as the integrity of the original game is here. All I have to do is press a button. Like, this is how things should be done, and I think this is perfect. In awe of actually how much you guys managed to accomplish. I love what you guys have done. It's beautiful, and it does its goal and does its job extremely well. So thank you for watching. Please go play Braid. It's a really good platformer. This is an amazing addition to be able to swap between the two and see what's updated and what's not. That's just that's just impeccable. That's just, God, that's incredible. Look how just cooler that is. God damn. I just want to say thanks for watching if you guys made it this far. The video was a little all over the place, but honestly I cut out nearly 4 hours of recording because I just listened to the commentary for a solid like hour, and then running around doing new puzzles. Although they're interesting, they took a really long time for me to figure out, and they're very gimmicky, so they're not that interesting at the end of the day. And also I kind of just don't want to spoil it for anyone who actually wants to play the game. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. It's a really good addition. I have a few gripes here and there, but I think I got my point across. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Good night.